Hey everybody, it is that time once again for a smoke detector unboxing. So let me get find the right thing, there we go. Don't know if there's any packing material in there. I didn't want to cut too deep in there. There we go. Oh, there we go, packing material. That's good. Wow, it's a small box. Maybe the unit's a lot smaller than I thought it was. Okay, that's that. So here we go. Oop, you're not even in frame. Edwards, well, the box is kind of torn off there. Edwards solid state smoke detector. Protect your family. Sleep securely. Detects smoke. Sounds loud alarm. Gives early fire warning. Doesn't wait for flame or heat. UL listed. Cat number D-2. Now, when you think of D-2, probably think of like the Teledyne model, but Edwards had a D-2. They also had a D-1 as well. And I'll get into that in a minute, but let's go ahead and take it out of the box. It's in a styrofoam package, just like the other one. The manual. And there's the unit. And yeah, it is a lot smaller than I thought it was. Thought it was going to be. Whoa. Okay, so there's the unit itself. I think, yeah, it's plastic. Here's the mounting hardware. And the bracket is already on the back. I'm going to need to get a screwdriver to take it off. But, yeah, so it's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot larger for some reason. I've seen these before in, like, houses for sale listings online. And I think we actually did see one of the recent volumes. It was installed on, like, a door. And it looked a lot bigger in those pictures. Well, let's take you guys down here. Because, as you all know, I do have another Edwards model. And these are quite similar, actually, I think, to this one right here. This, of course, is the 217P, the plug-in version, but they also had a hardwired version. It was, I think, 217T. But yeah, this one, I think, came a slight bit later than this one. Not entirely sure, but you can see the design is distinctly different. The overall form factor is like pretty much the same. They're both the same shape and size, I'd say, but it's just a slightly bit different design, as you can see. So first of all, you've got the same sort of vent design on the side here with the 3 slotted vents on the bottom edge, and then the one on the left edge here, and also on the top corner there. Well, this one actually only has one on the top, and one on the side there, and then the bottom in the middle instead of closer to the left there. There's no vents on this side, so that's interesting. I didn't even notice that. But from that angle, it looks sort of similar. It has the indicator, instead of being inside of the test knob, it's separate on the top here. And the test knob itself is very different. This one, it's a lot smaller. And it's easier to turn as well. You don't have to like really grab it, struggle to grip it like on that one. The logo is on the right side on this one instead of on the left. And on this one it has the excellence since 1872. And on this one it doesn't. The horn is in a different spot. On this one it's in the upper left corner there. And on this one it's like right in the middle. So that's also interesting. And I think that the sensor, that's probably the like provision for the horn right there. The sensor is probably up here because there's like a screen, or maybe it's down here. It's probably down here where the knob is because there's also screens on these vents. And that would make more sense for the 2 vents to be closer to the sensor. It looks like it has the same horn, which is an Edwards squealer horn. This one also has, yeah, I think that's basically the standard that Edwards used, because they made their own horns, so I guess it was economical for them to use their own. So yeah, here's the back. I don't think I showed you a good view of the label, but as you can see, smoke detector cat number D1 and D11 line cord installation. So the D1 was the version of this with the line cord, like that one, like the 217P. I don't know what D11 was. They'll probably mention that in the manual. And then this is the D2, the direct wire one. D12. I'm not sure what the D12 is. This one has interconnect. Maybe the D12 didn't have interconnect. I don't know. But it would make sense. I don't know. That's strange. It would make more sense for the D2 to be the one without interconnect and the D12 to be the one with interconnect, but who knows. So I'm going to get a screwdriver and take this bracket off because there's more labeling under there. Alright, so there it is with the bracket off, and it's a little bit bigger bracket than the other one. This one's got slightly... It's also angled weirdly, so this one's an actual rectangle. So that's pretty interesting. And then you got the UL sticker there, issue number 533. This one, issue number 2789. So that would, to me, seems like this one would come a lot later than this one. But yeah, that's interesting. So yeah. And then that might be a date code or something. I can't tell. Looks like it says 375220, but that doesn't seem like any sort of date code to me. That might have been a date code if it's all worn away. Who knows? So I guess before I wire it up, also I forgot to mention this. I just noticed this little pull to silence thing. I did not notice that existed. I didn't see it on any of the ones that we've seen in the houses for sale, so never noticed that was a thing. But I guess when you pull it out, I guess it disconnects power to the unit or something. We'll test that out when we power it up. But it comes out and it's this pink label that says caution, push in to reset. So I guess that might be like the equivalent of taking the cover off of like a Honeywell TC49A, like the interlock switch. That might be what it is. Yeah, very cool. So let's get this thing wired up and let's give it a test. All right, I put the bracket back on, wired it up. So let's plug it in and let's hope it doesn't false. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Looks like they're using the same sort of LED as in this one. It's the same like bright red glow. That one's a little bit more dim. A little bit dimmer. But yeah, very cool. It's not falsing. I want to see if this actually disconnects power. No, it doesn't. Huh. I wonder if it just like disconnects power to the horn. We'll test that out when we use the test knob, or if I decide to test it with the smoke spray. But here we go. Let's test it with the knob. So 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's a little delayed. I pretty much expected that because this is a photoelectric unit. It's got I think a different tone than this one. Let's see if this one. Oh yeah, this one is way louder for some reason. Let's test this one again. Just want to see. Yeah, this one has a much different tone. It's a little bit higher pitched, I think. It doesn't seem that loud, but that might just be because of that one having such a... This one has a lot more bass for some reason. Yeah, very interesting. Now, I want to see if I turn this knob to the test position and pull this out, if it'll silence it. Okay, it doesn't. I guess you have to use the smoke spray to do that. Should I do that? I don't know. I might make another short video of trying that out. Simply because I don't have my smoke spray here. And we also still got to look at the box and the manual. But yeah, very, very neat. Now, these don't really look too much like smoke detectors, I noticed. These actually don't either, but these don't even more. They look more like some sort of like module or something to me. Very, very unassuming. Very interesting design. And this version, this is much rarer than this one. We see these a lot more than we see these. So yeah, very, very interesting. I'm very happy to finally find one of these. And like I said, I thought these were going to be way bigger, like, God, I don't know. Maybe like from there to there, about, and like square. But yeah, they're the same size as the 217s, which is really interesting. Did not know that. So I guess let's look at the box now. So it came in a styrofoam case or styrofoam holder, just like the 217. I actually have that one's box right here, so we can compare the two. And as you can see, if I can get it open without breaking it. Oh, this one opens a different way. I completely forgot. Okay, so yeah, this one has the same styrofoam holder, but this one opens from the side. This one opens from the top, like that. The box is a different color scheme. On this one it's red and white, on this one it's blue and white. And I quite like the house sort of motif on that one. This one doesn't have any sort of design like that, which is, again, why I think this one might be just a little bit older. This one also has the same sort of blue and white box design as the new bell, the Edwards, I think it's model 740 or something like that. A little 2-inch bell that I got from my favorite flea market way back in like 2017 or something like that. It came in the box, and the box was the same exact color scheme. So, again, I think this one might just be a little bit earlier. This side and this side are like the exact same, and this side just says smoke detector, cat number D-2, 120 volts, permanent connection, and Edwards information up there. And then there's nothing on the back. So now, let's take a look at the manual. So here we go. This is the Edwards Scout. Oh, so this one, okay. That's another fact I didn't know, because it's not on the box. This model, I guess, was also considered the Scout. There's another version that was a rebranded ESL 706 that's, again, a lot bigger, obviously. It's a rebranded 706, so it was, you know, a 706, basically, and it had the same, like, outer cover as the 706, but the inner cover was, like, had a bunch of, like, grooves in it around the perimeter. And that one we know was called the Scout, but I did not know that this one was. So I guess this one is also called the Scout. That's very interesting. So again, if you want to pause, if you want to read, you can just pause. I wonder if there's a copyright date. I wonder, what's this? Huh, they taped over something. I can't really see what it says other than should. That's strange. It said, I don't know. I'll try to figure that out later, probably. Oh, and there is a copyright date, 1974, so that gives a ballpark idea of where this is from, or when this is from. Oh, okay, so I did not know that this one actually does have like a warm-up period. It worked for me when I tested it, and I haven't waited an hour, but that's good to know, I guess. So that's a D1, the plug-in type. And there's the diagram for that. This is the diagram for this one. And that's how you wire the interconnect. Alright. June 1st of 74 is when this was published. That seems like a relative good date for this one. I forget when this one was from. Let's see. Is this one's manual copyrighted? No. Yes, this one's 77. Okay, yeah, this one's just a few years later, as I suspected. Very, very neat. So yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and give it one more test. Like I said, it did work for me, so I'm not sure if it's bad to like test it if it hasn't waited an hour to warm up, but we'll just try it. Well, it works. Maybe that's why it had that little bit of delay when I first tested it. That was kind of like it warming up. Yeah, I might do a short video demonstrating the silencer function here. I'm not sure how that works, but we'll see if it works. So I don't think I left out anything, but that is just about it for this smoke detector, the Edwards D-2 Scout. So thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video.